Hello everyone and welcome back to Blackjack. I was just about to log offline and I was on Reddit thinking that nobody could possibly spoil Death Battle for me. Do you know people violently resist spoiler tags? Like, seriously, you ask people put something behind a spoiler tag and they're like, or you could just unfollow. It's like, oh my god. That actually isn't what happened here. I haven't actually addressed the people who've been spoiling it yet. However, some stuff that wasn't revealed in the new trailer but somehow is out, like new animals, new villagers, how great it is that people, maybe we see them unspoiled, maybe some of us want to be surprised, and no, apparently if we don't want to know about that means we need to unfollow the entire subreddit. Just use spoiler tags. Also, you can see I've got, this isn't just pizza face. This is full on it's been this skin sensitivity to everything. This is like full-on lasagna face. Yeah, look at that. Although that is because I scratched myself trying to take it off. Always keep your nails trimmed. I do know who wins this battle, however, I do not know how. So I just want to let y'all know that I do in fact know who wins. And the importance of spoiler tags.
When I was a kid, there was nothing better than watching my Saturday morning tunes. That's where I learned all my
Shaolin Showdown
moves. Yeah.
The 80s and 90s certainly gave us some memorable characters. Big playground rivalries.
Like Leonardo, head honcho of the Teenage Mutant
They
Ninja
sound like
Turtles.
that's like something
And
crucial.
Jason
An
Lee
epic
Scott,
playground
leader
rivalry.
of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. For this bout, we'll be sticking to the characters themselves.
That means no Dragon Zords, no turtlenecks, and no last-minute power of friendship. Just one-on-one. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. From the vastness of space to the eerie depths of the ocean, few places remain as mysterious and unknown as the New York City sewer system.
Anything can be down there. Killer alligators, mole people, or even Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
There was apparently one
Four
alligator
domestic
found in the
terrapins
sewers.
humanoid superheroes
It was
by
like
a
in the
chance
30s
encounter
or
with
something.
a canister of mysterious mutagenic ooze.
But
they
like
were
someone
adopted
had
by
put
an
it there.
equally mutated rat skilled in martial arts who decided to name them after
Is pretty freaking weird.
Master Splinter trained them as
Also,
ninja,
Daredevil
and
was
the group
involved.
formed a daring crime-fighting team. But every team needs a leader.
Donatello did machines, but tactics? Nah. Raphael was tough, but way too hot-headed. And Michael
Raphael was always my
hell,
favorite.
We all know he got dropped as a kid. So the obvious choice was the true
Well,
blue
they all got
Leonardo
dropped as a
DiCaprio.
kid.
Yeah, close enough. Of all the turtles,
wonder if
Leonardo
that
was
kid
the
ever
most
tried to get
studious
his
and
pets
focused
back.
when it came to Splinter's lessons, and soon adopted the principles
Like
of
new age
Bushido.
music,
Kinda
really?
weird since that's a samurai code and he's a ninja, but whatever.
The modern tenets of Bushido have
Splinterson.
evolved over the centuries, but it essentially boils to 8 virtues: righteousness, courage, respect, honesty, honor, duty, and self-control. All of which, frankly, describes Leonardo to a T.
AKA,
Cool.
he's super dedicated to being a goody two-shoes. He's a badass when it comes to fighting. He's like the Bruce Lee of reptiles. And since he's a turtle, Leo's got super speed and super strength.
I'm not sure the science checks out on that one.
Yeah.
He's also got that super tough shell and some radical ninja weapons.
Right, but before we go any further, we should address that there are multiple iterations of Leonardo across different media and timelines.
Yes, there are.
As none of them can really be considered the main one, we're taking all standard versions into account.
Even the
or anything that's
original
reasonable,
comic book?
consistent, or viable across his multiple histories.
So we're not including anything that's too out of
Is it
the
even still
ordinary.
going?
Like those weird double mutations or that time he became a guy. Oh, but that's a little out of your typical wheelhouse.
Leonardo is a master of Niten Ichi-ryu, a Japanese fighting style using twin katana. Although Leo's swords
Sounds
are
good.
typically a more recent variant called ninjaken, basically just katana without the curve.
Still way better than wielding tiny forks or a literal stick. Seriously, who picked out the other turtle's weapon?
Leonardo's ninjaken are incredibly deadly, even sharp enough to
Yeah,
slice
but which
through
one's
metal.
easiest to
But he
replace?
still finds ways to break those things all the time. Good thing he's also got kunai, smoke bombs, shuriken, climbing claws, grappling guns, hell, most of the Batman-approved gear. In his latest outing, he's even got this Odachi, basically the Claymore of
met
ninja
Batman
swords,
on
but
a
it's
few different
super
occasions.
special.
Right, with a swing of the blade, it can open portals that can wielder anywhere from across the room or all the way to Tahiti.
Interesting.
Time for a vacation! Yeah!
So just a few thousand miles?
Be careful! I think the rules of space could be catastrophic.
Yeah, relax, Wiz. I totally have what it takes to pull this off. Okay, maybe I'll go with the staycation instead.
Probably for the best. Weapons aside, Leonardo has proved skilled enough to master rare ninjutsu knowledge such as the Healing Hands Mantra, a meditation technique.
Say goodbye to that nasty migraine or pesky stab wound.
Oh, jeez,
Not
I could have
quite
used that
potent
earlier
enough to heal
today.
fatal wounds, but you
It was like a migraine,
Other
but
than that, the dude's fast
little
enough to
farther
outrun
down.
explosions and has even dodged lightning.
This enemy in particular was
Treader in multiple
specifically granted the
timelines.
power of a storm.
Yeah,
implying these
defeated
bolts are
Ra's al
comparable to
Ghul.
natural lightning. Therefore, Leonardo must be able to react to things 280 times faster than sound.
nice.
And you thought turtles were slow. Also, he's strong enough to push over a giant pillar to crush a cockroach monster.
I gotta
Go
say, already
toe-to-toe
knowing the
with
outcome
Baron
isn't really
This explosion and
dedicated
held up
on
with the jaws of a monster-fied
picking up all of
The
the...
Tyrannosaurus is theorized
Ooh.
to have had a bite force of
That would-
12,800 pounds per square inch. 6 times more powerful than
A
an
larger
alligator.
mutated version
And
created by
best of
Baxter
all,
Stockman,
even
yeah.
across multiple timelines,
I remember that
good old
name.
Leo is usually
Anyway, though,
the
already
one to
knowing the
take
winner
down
is
the
making me
turtle's
kind of
biggest
not really
villain
want to
and
memorize
least
all the
useful kitchen utensil,
figures
the
and numbers
Shredder.
and stuff.
No wonder he's the leader. Leo's a boss.
Sure, he may have a habit of questioning his own abilities and decisions, but hey, he's a teenager. Par for the course.
Yeah.
One thing's for sure, he's a mean, green fighting machine who's all up for a shell of a good time.
Yep.
Taste cold steel.
Bonk.
After 10,000 years, the evil interstellar witch Rita Repulsa was finally released from her long-standing prison.
Which, and I need to point this out, was an actual space dumpster.
No,
Gross.
that's a
No
garbage
wonder she was so
can.
pissed
A
off that she
dumpster is
decided to
larger and
attack
it's
Earth
also
on
a
the
brand
spot.
name.
To combat her vile magics, the good-natured sage in a tube, Zordon, sought out a team of heroes. And for whatever reason, specifically requested 5 overbearing and over-emotional humans.
No, not that, not teenagers.
I feel ya, Invader Zim.
The 5 teens connected to the Morphin Grid, an energy field that transformed them
Isn't
into
that
the
the same
mighty
actor?
Morphin Power Rangers.
Go, go, Power Rangers! I never get tired of doing that. And if that wasn't cool enough, each ranger was bonded to a giant robot dinosaur. There was the blue Triceratops, the yellow saber-toothed
I thought you
tiger,
said we
the
weren't
black
using these.
mastodon, the pink pterodactyl, and finally, the red
Tyler, I guess that just
Tyrannosaurus.
means not the
This
whole
would go to
combination.
the Red Ranger and leader of the team, Jason Lee Scott.
Jason was a pretty chill and level-headed guy, and already good enough at martial arts to be teaching classes.
He's skilled in Kenpo, Taekwondo, Judo, and notably
Like
the more
sushi, you gotta
unknown
remember, this is
Shinkido,
before
a
sushi
mix
was
of
cool
karate
in
and
America.
Japanese sword fighting.
And he dabbled in
This was
hip-hop
literally
Keto.
still a very
But
niche
to get
thing.
all the martial arts skill he'd ever need, all he's gotta do is hold
Although
out
I guess
that mighty
they
power cord
lived in
and
like
yell,
Southern California, right?
Oh, yeah. Chills, man. Every time.
Morphing into his Red Ranger
Yeah, when I
form
was
did indeed grant Jason
growing
an
up,
unprecedented
even after
level of
this
martial
point,
arts mastery.
you literally
Even Billy,
could not
the Blue
give
Ranger,
sushi
who
away
barely
at
knew
some
any
point.
martial arts at all, became a fist-fighting
Like,
master
I
after
mean
morphing.
it. The first
The
time I
Red
had it
Ranger
was at the
form
grocery
also
store, and they
boosts
were having
Jason's speed and
I'm just
strength
gonna
to super.
pause this for a second. They were having samples, and people were literally like, gross, no. And it was like, it's not raw fish, you know. This is imitation crab. It's got cucumbers. It's just like, you literally could not give it away to Midwesterners. It was hilarious.
Human levels, and see those sparks? That's the morphin grid taking hits for him. And that until it's overloaded from attacks. Good guy Grit over here. Where do I get one?
Jason is a powerhouse, focusing on strong, high-impact moves like his power punch to send foes flying across the battlefield.
And he can use the energy of the grid to take a bite out of Putty with his Tyrannosaurus charge. But when punches and kicks aren't enough, he's got a bunch of
that a
colorful
frickin'
weapons
Minotaur?
that definitely aren't toys, no matter how plasticky they look.
Like his wrist communicator, which doubles as a teleporter.
And the Blade Blaster is both a knife and a gun. A gun knife. A knife.
And for tougher fights, he
All
can...
right, Wiz, what's the over-under on my modification here working?
Are you sure about this? We already have enough holes in the floor.
Oh, please, Wiz, I know what I...
Okay, initially I thought... Are you really packing,
okay. I'm not okay.
For tougher fights, Jason can also summon the Power Sword.
Were those
a unique
love
blade that can
arrows
slice
that the
through
Pink
even
Ranger
most
had?
powerful of monsters. It's also a key component to the Power Blaster.
Which is, let me guess here, powerful.
Yes. The Power Blaster can destroy creatures even the dinosaurs have trouble with.
Though Power Ranger rules keep them from busting out the big guns right away.
Right, they technically cannot escalate a fight, so unless the more powerful weapons are deemed necessary,
Interesting.
they're generally considered off limits.
So dumb.
Regardless, the Red Ranger is
Not interested!
incredibly impressive even without his weapons.
He's strong enough to lift boulders way bigger than him.
Scaling
Nice.
this boulder to Jason's own height, we can estimate it weighs a little over 69 tons.
Nice.
And the Yellow Ranger, who has the same basic powers as Jason, pushed around a much larger boulder that,
yeah,
when
they
using
all
the same
scale
scaling
to each
method,
other,
appears
don't
to weigh
they?
over 11,000 tons.
These two can run so fast they kick up huge clouds of dust behind them. And in a later series, Power
King
Rangers
stinks.
in space! The Rangers could keep pace with the supercar
3,000
Stormblaster.
reps in one day. I
Technically,
think
every
a lot
Ranger
of people
draws from the
probably
same
do
source
that.
of power, the morphing
Just
grid.
depend on
so
how
it's
much it
fair to
was.
at least compare Jason to other Ranger teams. Like when the SPD Green Ranger chucked a car through the air.
Red is quick enough to dodge lightning, at least for a bit, and tough enough to survive the Power Ranger
Okay.
Command Center exploding
vehicle
while
with
he
a
was
monster,
inside.
And loses his morph, Jason goes back to being a normal human being, albeit one who is a talented fighter in his own right.
But with the glorious red spandex and Robo T-Rex at his back,
How long does it
the
take for
power
that
lies
to,
on his side.
refresh?
You wanna fight? You got it! All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, all this talking
No,
has
not
made me
but
hungry
first.
for Blue
Stop it.
Apron.
This episode of Death Battle is
Blah, blah,
sponsored
blah,
by
blah,
Blue
blah,
Apron.
blah, 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 blah. Okay, we might as well just go right into it, because, again, there's no point in rehashing everything, because I already know, because some idiots won't use spoiler tags. Alright. So they're kind of doing both 2D and 3D, and hand!
Dude!
Sorry, I'm late for one of Frida's monsters.
Who?
Oh, God.
Give me a break. You're the monster for ruining my pizza.
Fight!
Time to take out the trash.
It's morphin' time! Don't count me out yet!
I don't know if we were. Kind of a defeatist thing to say at the beginning of a fight.
That's turtle power!
Power sword!
I'm digging this music.
Don't blaze me for not being impressed!
Really, dude?
Shing.
Audacious.
Does that count as accelerating? Ow!
Cheap shot!
I mean, they would like shatter that whole area up there.
Yo, what are you doing down there?
Sorry, Tights. I'm all healed up. Behold the immortal turtle!
Focus!
I love being a turtle!
You know, you sure cut out on travel time if I had something like that, huh? Yikes. Yike.
That was bonkers. KO!
Which one was with
Looks
the
like
cliff
Leo
over the manhole?
totally didn't see that coming.
Are you gonna keep reusing that one, or should I expect something new?
Oh, I'm sorry, do you want me to shell out some more puns?
Fine, fine. Leonardo certainly had more martial arts experience than Jason, and he was likely a bit faster, as we've seen him dodge lightning more reliably. If it were
Yeah.
just up to those two factors, the Ninja Turtle may have won.
But you know there's more to it. Sure, Leo had some super tough defense on his side, but Jason had the oomph to crack that shell.
First of all, Leonardo's superior training was a moot point, as Jason's morph granted him a broad mastery of martial arts talent automatically.
Kinda cheap if you ask me, but that's Power Rangers for you.
Yeah.
But let's talk numbers. Giving Leonardo the benefit of the doubt, we scaled his level of toughness to his recurring villain, Baron Draxum.
Who's fought Leo a bunch of times?
All
Remember
right.
how Draxum survived his lab exploding? That's definitely the best durability feat Leo could possibly match.
By scaling the lab to the height of the characters, then deducing the size of the explosion itself, its explosive
Okay.
yield must equal about 12 tons of TNT.
Pretty impressive. But then we used the same method on the control center exploding while Jason was inside, and it came out to 550 tons of TNT.
All right.
45 times greater than Leonardo.
So clearly Jason was much tougher, but we still had to find their overall strength.
All
To do
right,
that,
yeah,
we
that's
compared
obvious.
Leo's bug-crushing pillar to
Sorry.
the Rangers bowling with boulders.
Using granite as an average potential density and scaling the pillar to Leonardo's height.
Strong enough to destroy the Thunder Megazord and White Tiger Zord. Okay, as well as survive explosion many times larger than the command center.
It
Okay.
appears to weigh about 240 metric tons.
Still impressive, but way less than the 11,000-ton boulder. The Red Ranger
Kinda
couldn't just
seems
crack that shell.
like-
He could make turtle soup out of it.
Leonardo held some
Yeah, well,
advantages in speed and skill,
not I
making
was
this
going to
fight
be
far
dining
from
on
one-sided.
vegetable soup,
However,
but-
Jason's superior strength,
Bothered.
arsenal, and powers quickly turned the tide.
His Ranger of abilities does what Leonardo don't.
The winner is Jason, the Red Ranger.
Well,
Hey,
there
thanks for
goes
watching
the
this
losing
episode of
streak.
Death Battle. If you want the battle music for yourself, you can get it by clicking the link down below.
All
And
right.
if you want to watch
let me-
more stuff, check the boxes right over there.
Genos versus Cyborg? Oh, War Machine! War Machine was always really cool in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I believe it was. Yeah, I think it was 2. I'd always pick War Machine and Gambit. And, oh, frick, who was my support? I'd always get the same one for support, but I don't remember who. Someone who did like a little kickflip through the screen and then jumped off. Ah, geez, I don't remember who it was though. Ah. Anyway, this is one where not only was I spoiled, I'm also just not feeling too good today. You know, it's that time of the month and it's very, very, tiring. Very tiring. So I just really couldn't pay attention, and also I'm not really interested in the characters. I don't know, I mean, I'm not against either of them. I'm not disinterested. I mean, I kind of like what I've seen of both series, but you know how it is. You can like, you can be like, oh, that's cool, but not really be interested. But also, mainly, I'm just really, really tired. I know I haven't been making the best reactions lately, and a lot of that's been because I've been incredibly sleep deprived. At my parents' house, I can't sleep. Like, I'll be up till like 8 a.m. just trying to sleep. And I know you guys gotta look at the big. And it's just gross. But hey, you got to see Plushy Deary for a second, huh? Closest thing around. Oh yeah, I wasn't wearing anything related to either of the combatants, but I figured Team Skull, that works, right? That could work for next time. Maybe my Street Fighter shirt. Oh, BMO. I can wear my BMO shirt for next time. As for now, I'm just real tired. But anyway, though, I want you guys to go in the comments and say thank you, Blackjack's neighbor, for letting me use your internet again. God, I'm really sorry. I don't really have much to say about this or about next time. If I remember right, War Machine is a lot more heavily armed, though, right? I don't remember Genos having, like, heavy ordinances, but then I only saw the first season, so I don't know what got added on to him. Okay, well. It's only 7 o'clock. Like, literally, it's 7 p.m. exactly right now, so it's too early to go to bed. Be grateful, though, because I am Blackjack Aviani, and you are not.